Morning, everyone. Ron Farrell, 73 here, and here's my movie pickups from end of June through this month, and I've got 7 here to show. I also have 4 music Blu-rays, which I'm going to save for my next music update, which will be coming soon. And these are sale pickups that I got from Shout Factory and Kino Lorber and Severin Films. First up are my sale pickups from Shout Factory from June, and this is the movie Private School, and this is one of those teen sex comedies from the 80s, and this came out a year after Fast Times at Ridgemont High. It has Phoebe Cates in it, who was in Fast Times, and the teacher who played Mr. Hand from Fast Times in a 5-minute, 10-minute part in this movie. And it's basically hijinks at this private school for girls while these two high school kids, Phoebe Cates and Matthew McConaughey, are in a relationship, and Betsy Russell, who would later go on in the Saw films, is in this as Cates' rival, and pretty good, funny movie for its time. I'd rather watch something like this than what they have out today, even though I've only seen the first American Pie film and liked it very much. I pretty much avoid the teen films of today. Next up is Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, and this is that movie with the Bee Gees and Peter Frampton in it, and this is the famous musical from the late 70s, which was a stinker. And at first I've watched like bits and pieces of it on VH1 and thought it sucked so bad, but I decided to just pick this up and watch it again. The performances are pretty good. I mean, there's no dialogue in this. I mean, the only dialogue is from George Burns, and I like the scenes with Alice Cooper and Aerosmith. These next two I would have had in my last update, but they came 1st of July, and these are sale pickups from Severin Films' website. They had a sale in June, and got these with a gift card I got with my last order, and this is the Blu-ray of Cannibal Man, and I decided to upgrade this from the Blue Underground DVD, and this has 2 versions of the movie on it, and it's about this slaughterhouse worker who after he gets into a fight with this cab driver over him and his girlfriend making out, and he starts getting these murderous impulses, and he cuts up their bodies and puts them in the slaughterhouse, in the machine at the slaughterhouse in some scenes. And it's just a pretty weird 70s movie, and a decent one. This is Midnight, and rented this years ago, and this is directed by John Russo, who helped do Night of the Living Dead, and I picked this up even though it's a decent movie. I didn't really think it was that great. I mean, the reason I got this was because of the bonus features, and it is a pretty good, decent movie, and it's about this girl who runs away from her sleazeball policeman father, and meets up with these 2 guys, and they start to run into this satanic family who slaughters women to their dead mother, and John Amplis co-stars in this. He's interviewed in one of the bonus features, and there's also bonus features from John Russo and Tom Savini, and like I said, this is a pretty decent slasher film. I mean, the kill scenes are not that great, but it's a pretty good movie for its time. This next pickup I got from Shout Factory, and this is one of their limited edition exclusives only available on their website. This is the 9th configuration. This is directed by the author of The Exorcist, and Stacy Keach is this psychiatrist doctor who gets this job at this mental hospital, which is a castle, and the patients are served in Vietnam, and he starts taking an interest in one of them, played by Scott Wilson, who would later go on to do Walking Dead. And this is a pretty good movie. I mean, Joe Spinell's in this, and Jason Miller, who was in The Exorcist, is in this also. And don't know how much, I don't know how many is limited, but I decided to pick this up. And Kino Lorber had a sale on their titles, which I had to pick. And this is Fritz the Cat. And last sale they had the sequel, which I got, and I decided to upgrade this from the MGM DVD that I had. And this is a pretty good out there animated film. And my last pickup is Dead Pit, and it's a pretty good zombie film. I rented this years ago, and I remember the VHS cover, 3D cover, fondly, where you hit a button and the eyes would flash green. And it's a pretty good film about this. This doctor experiments with mental patients, and then kills them and then buries them in the I think it's this basement. And one of the doctors kills him off, and then he seals off the basement, and then years later he comes back to life, and so do the mental patients. And Brett Leonard, who directed this, went on to other things, would later go on to other things, and this was his first movie, and it's a pretty good zombie film. That's all I have, and this is pretty much going to be my last update for a while, unless of course I find anything decent over at Walmart's. Need to cut back since I'm going on vacation at the end of the month next month. Until then, this is Ron here saying take care and see ya.